Merry Christmas from Australia. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. My name is Damned, and I'm going to continue my rule set building session using the rule set builder, the Ruleset Wizard, and I am working on the White Lies RPG system. Let's get back into it. So I've got these three fields for a stack of attributes. This is my actual score. So at the moment it's set to 18. If I drop that down to, say, 15, we get a 1 in each of these two fields. Now, I'm going to set this one up as an action roll, so it's going to be doing that D6 roll, and it also adds this modifier. And I'm going to probably at this stage set this one up as a modifier, so when you double click on this one, it will add the modifier value down here, along with the description, and that will be available to other rolls. And I'm going to set this one up to do saving throw rolls, and the saving throw roll will be against a target that's down here, saving throw. So what we're going to do is, there's three ways to do this. One, we can put a script in the number field. The second one is we can pass it to a function. And the third way, the way we're going to do this, is to create a template. Because we're going to reuse this at least the 6 times, I'm going to create templates for them. And again, it's very similar to the script. You only have to maintain the script in. In this case, we're going to do the template, which is kind of a slightly more advanced version. It means that you can set the visual clues, the layout, and everything for the element, as well as the script, all on the one template, basically. So we already created our function over here. We've got a function on value changed, and I had to tweak this a little bit because for some reason the less than symbol, it was being misinterpreted. It was being interpreted perhaps as an open bracket or something else. It was changing this end value into a string that encompassed this when I stuck it into a template. It took me a little while to nut that out, and it was quite frustrating, to be perfectly honest. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to create a template. So we'll grab this whole function, and we're going to go over to our templates file, and we're going to create a new template. Let's just, actually what we'll do is we'll start with this one. We know this one works. We're going to get rid of our current script, and I went too far. We're going to put our new script in here. Let's put it over here. Okay, now spacing all lined up properly. Okay, so we're going to give this a new string. Now this is a new name. This is going to be for our attribute score. So this is going to be our new, what have we got here, underscores, attribute underscore score. And so we're going to run exactly that exact same script where it's going to get the value of this number field, and if the value is above 16, it's going to set two other fields, saction and smod, which basically are the attribute name underscore action or attribute name underscore mod. It's going to set those to 2. If the value is above 13, it's going to set it to 1. If the value is above 7, it's going to set it to 0. If the value is above 4, going to set to -1, or else it's going to set to -2. Now, if we'd flip this the other way, this wouldn't really work, because every score is above the low scores. So what you have to do is, whichever way you're going, whether you're counting down or counting up, you start with the most exclusive if-else part of the statement. So you're going to if the smallest and most exclusive segment. So if this is true, none of the other ones can be true. Whereas if value is greater than 7 is true for these as well, but we've already excluded them by up here. If the value is greater than 16, if the value is greater than 13, if the value is greater than 7. So this is in effect if the value is greater than 7 but not greater than 13. Okay, so let's so we've got the template here, we've got the script in here. We'll go back to our character sheet. We'll get rid of the script here, and what we have to do is on our number field, we need to set the template here to attribute score. Oops. Click out of that, scroll down. Alright, that's it. Let's generate that and reload Fantasy Grounds. And we straight away have some sort of error. Database type mismatch on path strength score. Okay, awesome. Database type mismatch on path strength score in control strength score. So strength score over here, it's a number field, right? And I see, I know what we've done. Silly mistake. Okay, so I copied this whole template layout structure here, template, string field, and script, but this is not a string field, this is a number. So basically what that is number is actually another template. String field is another template. So basically this template extends this template. In this case, it's just we're extending it down here in the script variable. So we don't want to change all instances of number, but we want to use all the other properties of number. So let's try push that again. Okay, no errors on load up this time. Let's load the character sheet, fantastic. Let's increase this to 17, guys, that's fantastic. These two fields jump up to 2. Let's drop it down to 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Yep, so that's working as intended. Awesome. So the next one we're going to do is we're actually going to make this field up here into a field that adds a modifier to our modifier box. So let's create a new template. This one won't have a database mismatch because well, actually we've still got some extra gunk in there anyway. Didn't affect this one, but we'll get rid of it. We don't need the font being overwritten there. Okay, so function on value change. This one is going to be function on double click. Node car, we don't get database node. Okay, so what we're actually going to put in this one, I think, is we want to, we don't need this. We do need the value, and we do need the name. But we're going to have to mess with the name. We're going to have to, because the name, let's do a debug on this. Don't need the rest of that. We do need an end statement. Let's push this. Reload our table. Now, if we double click on this, we haven't set the template. We need to go back to our car sheet. We need to give this a name, change the name here, attribute mod, and that's our new template name, and we're going to apply it to this top number here, advanced template. Let's push that again, reload our table, let's double click here. Okay, so it's going to report back that it's strength mod and the number is -2. Let's increase this up a bit and say +1, and we'll double click it again and we get strength mod number 1. Now, so its name is strength underscore mod. Why is that important to know? Well, it's important to know because we need it to actually say what we want to send to the modifier box is strength, not strength mod. So we're going to have to manipulate sname. So sname equals, this is going to be a bit of fun here. So we're going to go with something like string okay, If we do that, that will basically strip underscore mod out of our string, out of our sname string, and replace it with nothing. So strength underscore mod will become a strength, which is halfway there. Let's double click on it, and we now see that we get strength underscore mod from the first debug, and the second one just sends us back strength, but we want to capitalize the first letter, and that's going to require a little bit of funky string manipulation using some Lua functions. So we now want to go sname equals now. If I've written this properly, what we've got is our variable sname is going to equal the string sname. We're going to so we're going to substitute the character starting from the first character and going through to the first character, so basically one character long, and we're going to run the string upper command on that. So it's going to grab the first letter of strength, which is S, and turn it into an uppercase, and then the dot dot is appending, and we're going to append string everything from the second letter onwards. So hopefully that will append strength to our capital S, and we'll do a debug on that one as well so we can test it and push that. Alright, let's double click this. So we've got strength underscore mod, strength, and then strength with a capital. Awesome. So that's it. All we have to do there for the manipulation. Now we have to send it to our modifier stack. And that's pretty straightforward, to be honest. What we're going to do is go modifier stack add slot. Now, some of you will be familiar with the term slot in regards to the modifier stack, and some of you won't. I'll show you that in a sec when we look back at the interface. So basically what we're going to do is there's a function modifier stack with, well, this is a suite of, I don't know what the right term is, it's a library. There's a library called modifier stack. There's a function called add slot. It's going to take the name, which is going to be the label that goes with the slot, and then the value, and send that. That's pretty much it for our script. Let's push it one more time. Let's reload our table. And if I double click on strength, first we're setting all the debug. You can also see there's a +1 modifier, and one little pip is filled out here, and you can see when I hover over it, strength is written in there. That is one slot. Let's roll the dice. We rolled a 4, +1 is a 5, and it knows it's a strength modifier. Now when we send other roll information, the modifier info will get bracketed so we know it's come from a modifier. But when you're just doing an unlabeled roll, the modifier value down here becomes it. But let's see what these slots are. So if I add a +1 and another +1 and a +2, what we can see is there's now 3 slots filled. So we've got a strength, strength, and strength. Obviously, if we've done strength and intelligence wisdom, we get different labels down here. When I roll these, let's see what we get. Oops. Roll the 3, so we get strength +1, strength +1, strength +2. So we've got a 3 plus a total of 4, so we roll a 7. And the modifier stack is cleared. That's a function of rolling these dice. But that's what we need from that. Actually, what we need to, all this one is doing is actually putting the modifier in the box. So that's it for this one. And I'm going to leave the action stack, or the action roll, for the next video. Alright, thanks very much. I hope you're enjoying your Christmas.